The days following Kopa's second meeting with Zira passed in a blur, with the weight of his conversation pressing heavily on his shoulders. He went through the motions of his daily life, training with the other young lions, helping with border patrols, and listening to the elders' stories of the past. But inside, he felt like he was drifting further and further away from everything he had once believed in. Simba had ordered more frequent patrols around the borders, particularly the northern and eastern edges, where reports of strange disturbances had increased. More animals from the outlands sought refuge in the Pride Lands, their stories echoing the same fear. An unseen, unstoppable force was driving them from their homes. And while no one could say for sure what this force was, Kopa had his suspicions. The more he thought about it, the more convinced he became that Zira was orchestrating something in the shadows. But there was still a part of him, small but persistent, that couldn't shake the allure of Zira's words. Her promises of a stronger kingdom, of power beyond balance, kept circling in his mind. What if she was right? What if there was a different way to protect the Pride Lands? As he wandered through the tall grass near the base of Pride Rock one evening, lost in thought, Kopa was startled by a voice. "You look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders." He turned to see Rafiki, the old mandrill, sitting on a nearby rock, his staff resting across his knees. The baboon's wise eyes twinkled, but there was a seriousness behind them that Kopa couldn't ignore. "Rafiki," Kopa said, forcing a smile. "I didn't see you there." Rafiki chuckled softly, tapping his staff on the ground. "You were lost in your thoughts, young prince. I can see it in your eyes. Something troubles you." Kopa hesitated, unsure of how much to reveal. He had kept his meetings with Zira a secret from his family, and part of him wanted to keep it that way. But there was also a part of him that longed for guidance, for someone to help him make sense of the storm brewing inside him. I've been thinking about Scar," Kopa admitted, his voice low, "and about what he wanted for the Pride Lands. What if there was some truth in his vision?" Rafiki's face grew solemn, and he leaned forward slightly, studying Kopa closely. Scar was a lion consumed by anger, jealousy, and ambition. He sought power at any cost, and in doing so, he broke the circle of life. His way led to suffering. "Kopa, you know this. But what if power is what we need?" Kopa pressed, his voice shaking slightly. "What if balance isn't enough? The Pride Lands are peaceful now, but for how long? What if we're not strong enough to protect what we have?" Rafiki sighed, rising to his feet and tapping his staff gently against Kopa's chest. "Power without balance, young prince, is like a fire without control. It may seem strong at first, but it will consume everything in its path, leaving nothing behind but ashes." Kopa frowned, looking down at the ground. "But what if there's another way? What if Scar's vision wasn't all wrong?" Rafiki shook his head slowly. "You are not Scar, Kopa. Your path is your own to choose. But remember this. The choices you make will shape not only your future, but the future of the Pride Lands. Be careful which voices you listen to." With that, Rafiki turned and walked away, leaving Kopa alone with his thoughts once more. The old mandrill's words echoed in his mind, but they did little to quiet the storm of doubts swirling inside him.